go.
Like we're saying, he hardly ever uses yellows. There's a reason there's different colored snips. It ain't for looks. Top plates are in, bottom plates gotta go down. Everything's laid out. We can put the laser away. What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're playing with some metal. We're working with some metal studs. We're building vestibule, wall. Here's the reality of things. When you're working with metal, there's a checklist of things you're gonna want. Number one, you're gonna wanna have eyewear. Number two, you're gonna wanna have gloves. Number three, you're gonna wanna have a Sharpie. You could mark with a pencil, but the Sharpie does show up a little bit better. And number four, you're gonna wanna have a nice set of sharp snips. I've been using these WIS made in the USA snips for a lot of years. You can see they're well worn. They still cut good. Here's the question. Could these be improved upon? Today we're gonna find out if these very important metalworking tools could actually be improved. It's coming right up after this word from our sponsor, VCG Construction. My snips have seen better days. My yellows are not doing that good. I've been using these WIS snips. These have got to be, I don't know. I would say 20 years old, but maybe they've gotten renewed. This pair fell victim to my topper, and you'll see, like every time I got to make a cut, I got to open and close. I wanted to see if I dry lube these. And this is the reality on these. These are like made in the USA with snips. I've been using them forever. I love them. Right. The problem is that I don't want to give them up. This is like a dry lube, a Teflon. I probably should try to get some of this rust off of here first, but it's doing better. And they cut well. You know, the reality is people don't realize these are good. I don't think they need a lubrication. This is doing a little bit better. A lot of people don't even realize what the different colored snips are for. It's bizarre. But I personally have not, I say to myself, I got my snips covered, but yeah, it's like a couch. You're like, hey, I got the last couch I'll ever need to buy. When I bought my snips the last time, and sometimes they wear out, but these have really done great. They had serrated edge. I saw some new. I've been trying out. Of course, I always have the most important, the red and the yellows. Right. So I grabbed some new WIS snips. It's not as prominent, but they still have the made in the USA. They still have all those markings. I will tell you, there's a couple of improvements that visually I could see immediately. Right? Number one, the serrated cutting edge here is wider. You can see that. Okay. Number two, I mean, it's not a big deal, but your catch to keep them locked, you got to reach up. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so I got to reach up and loosen them. But this is the reality. They improved it. So they put the catch lever here for guys with a little thumb, right? I usually choke up on my snips anyway, so I usually put my fingers around this instead of down here where the finger guards are. It probably creates less leverage. I don't know, maybe that's supposed to be like that. I don't know. That's how I've been using them. If I've been using them right all these years, let me know. So I picked these up. I will tell you that even my older snips, even when they were not as rusty, they just weren't nearly as smooth as these new ones. Now, whether these will tighten up or not, I don't know. But this is what Crescent Wiss is saying. They're still made in the USA. Obviously, they're aviation snips, so they're good for cutting metal when you're doing metal framing and such. They're able to cut 18 gauge. They're the same, but Crescent Wiss is saying this will cut 8 miles of steel over time, up to 10 times the cut life, and they have a limited lifetime warranty. It says serrated blades for cleanest cuts. We got a 6 times pivot bolt life. So the pivot bolts, they have 6 times the life. They got 4 times the spring life. So, like I said before, I don't know, maybe that spring is getting weak over the years and I just never noticed it. This feels really good. Ergonomics are easy open latch, ergonomic, non-slip grips. I feel like the grips have always been really good on my Wiss snips. What we need to do is we need the cut relief to slide our sheet goods in here. And I'm just going to quickly, we want to get a rough mark where those sheet goods will be sliding in. And we know it's right there. So this is what we need. Now, if this was already pinned in, all we would do is we'd come in here, right, with our snips. I'm just curious to see. Whoa, they feel good. Okay, we'd come in here. If we were already pinned down, okay, we'd bang this one down in, and we would bang this one, because this one doesn't necessarily matter. It's going to be inside here. We could have banged this one this direction, but there's going to be a second wall. I don't want any contact with the second wall, little as possible, especially with the metal members. Okay, we cut that off. Boom. Now, as we frame in, if we're going to tie in with the upper ceiling, we'd make those same relief cuts to allow our sheathing material, whatever it is, drywall, plywood, to slide right in here. So full sheets, and then cut off, boom. So it all assembles. A lot of people think that wood is superior, but depending on the gauge of metal that you're using and the construction of it, the assemblies, the assembled product for its intended purpose, just as strong as if you were using wood members. I think I'm gonna let these ride throughout the project and see if I should have upgraded my snips a while ago.
What do you think about the Wiss snips?
I think they're made in the USA, and I think that they do a great job. They're improved, and I didn't think they could be improved, but obviously they did. And if you like improvement, when you think improvement can't be made, then smash the like button. Also, leave them down below. What kind of snip do you use? Do you use Swiss? Do you use a different brand? We want to know what your experience have been. We appreciate the feedback. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.